A full-on political war has broken out between the Aam Aadmi Party and the BJP after the Deputy Chief Minister of Delhi, Manish Sisodia, has been called for questioning by the CBI in connection with the Delhi Excise Policy case again tomorrow on Sunday, nearly 3 months after filing the charge sheet in the case. Manish Sisodia has alleged that the full power of agencies under the BJP-led central government have been unleashed to hound him. The BJP is asking if there was nothing underfoot, why did AAP roll back the policy?
शराब घोटाला नाम की कोई चीज नहीं है।
हमेशा की तरह बेहद बेशर्मी से उन्होंने एक झूठ बोला है।
A fresh AAP versus BJP war after the CBI summoned the Delhi Deputy Chief Minister Manish Sisodia for questioning in the alleged liquor policy scam. This for the second time in just over 6 months. Mr. Sisodia put out this tweet saying that the CBI action was because the BJP and the Modi government were unhappy over the Delhi government vastly improving the condition of schools in the national capital.
CBI summoned Delhi Deputy Chief Minister Manish Sisodia for questioning on Sunday at around 11 a.m. Sources say that the agency during the course of the investigation has got to know that Sisodia has tailored the liquor policy to suit some of the companies, and that's why the agency wants to confront him with the evidence that they have gathered during the course of the investigation.
With speculation around whether the CBI will arrest Manish Sisodia, Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal said that it's political vendetta, while the BJP said that the Aam Aadmi Party was indulging in a needless blame game.
शराब घोटाला नाम की कोई चीज नहीं है, कोई घोटाला नहीं हुआ। सबसे अच्छी पॉलिसी देश में, सबसे पारदर्शी पॉलिसी हम लोगों ने बनाई। यही पॉलिसी जब पंजाब में लागू की गई तो पंजाब में 48% रेवेन्यू बढ़ा, सेम टू सेम पॉलिसी। तो दिल्ली के अंदर इन लोगों ने जानबूझ के पॉलिटिकल वेंडेटा के तौर पे, राजनीतिक षड्यंत्र के तौर पे इन्होंने ये सारा केस रचा है। मनीष जी कल जाएंगे, हम पूरा कोऑपरेट करेंगे और अंत में सच की जीत होगी।
हम तो कोऑपरेट करेंगे, मनीष सिसोदिया जी जाएंगे, सीबीआई को कोऑपरेट करेंगे, मगर कल को जब पकड़ लिया जाएगा तब क्या बोलेंगे कि सब मिले हुए हैं, सब जो है ऊपर के इशारे पर काम कर रहे हैं।
The CBI is investigating alleged irregularities in the Delhi Excise Policy 2021-22 that was scrapped after the Delhi LG sought a probe into it. In its FIR, the CBI has alleged that Sisodia and other accused public servants took decisions pertaining to the Delhi Excise Policy with an intention to extend undue favors. Sisodia has denied all the charges and has called the CBI action a witch hunt.
जैसे मेरे घर में कुछ नहीं मिला वैसे ही लॉकर में भी कुछ नहीं निकला। मुश्किल से 70-80 हजार रुपए के कुछ बच्चों के, कुछ मेरी पत्नी के ज्वेलरी वगैरह कुछ इस तरह की चीजें हैं। मुझे बहुत खुशी है इस बात की कि प्रधानमंत्री जी ने मेरे घर पे रेड करा दी। प्रधानमंत्री जी ने मेरे घर की पूरी छानबीन करा के, तलाशी करा दी, वहां से भी कुछ नहीं निकला। आज प्रधानमंत्री जी ने सीबीआई भेज के मेरे लॉकर की जांच भी करा ली, उसमें से भी कुछ नहीं निकला। यही इस बात का सबूत है कि आज प्रधानमंत्री जी की सारी जांच में मैं और मेरा परिवार पाक साफ निकले हैं।
The alleged Delhi liquor policy scam has been a major flashpoint between the Aam Aadmi Party government and the BJP, with AAP saying that central agencies are being used at the behest of the BJP, while BJP says it's based on substantial evidence. Now, all eyes on CBI's questioning of Manish Sisodia on Sunday. In New Delhi with Arvind Gunasekar, camera person Xavier Thomas and Prem Singh, Priyanshi Sharma for NDTV.
And in the midst of all of this, it has been announced that the Delhi mayor election will now finally be held on the 22nd of February. That's Wednesday. The LG today approved the Delhi chief minister's recommendation. This after that big win for the Aam Aadmi Party when the Supreme Court ruled that nominated members cannot vote. And upping the ante, the Delhi chief minister today accused the LG of criminal contempt of court by trying to get his lawyer to argue both sides of the case on the voting rights of appointed members of Delhi's civic body.
एलजी साहब जानते थे कि उन्होंने जितने काम किए हैं वो गैर कानूनी है, असंवैधानिक है। अगर सुप्रीम कोर्ट के अंदर उनकी पोल खुल गई तो एलजी मुंह दिखाने के लायक नहीं बचेंगे। इसीलिए उन्हें गुंडागर्दी करके, अपना पद का दुरुपयोग करके उन्होंने दोनों पक्षों का वकील एक करवाया, दोनों पक्षों का काउंटर एफिडेविट एक करवाया। तो इससे साफ साफ जाहिर है कि सुप्रीम कोर्ट में सच को छुपाने के लिए एलजी साहब ने ये सारा षड्यंत्र रचा. This amounts to LG's action amounts to interference in the administration of justice. It is criminal contempt of court. LG of Lieutenant Governor of Delhi has committed criminal contempt of court.
All right, for more on this, on left, right and centre, Akshay Marathe, spokesperson of the Aam Aadmi Party, Mahesh Verma, spokesperson of the Delhi BJP, Sanjay Hegde, senior advocate of the Supreme Court, and Deshrata Nigam, advocate of the Supreme Court who supports the BJP. Thank you all for joining us. Mahesh Verma, to you first. Mr. Sisodia has already been questioned in October for 9 hours. He then said they raided his home, they searched his bank locker, they found nothing against me, because at that point of time, even after the raids, there was no statement from the CBI. So what should we expect tomorrow? I mean, how many times will he be, on standby to be called in? Because he's not named in the charge sheet, and it's been 3 months since the charge sheet was filed.
सवाल ये नहीं है. सवाल ये है कि दिल्ली सरकार के खजाने से दिल्ली आबकारी नीति में जो जिस प्रकार से एक तरह से इरेगुलरिटीज करके 3000 करोड़ का जो एक नुकसान पहुंचाया गया, और उसमें अभी तक 8 से ज्यादा गिरफ्तारी हो चुकी है. 3000 से ज्यादा पेज का चार्जशीट जो है कोर्ट पे दाखिल हो चुका है. और उसके बावजूद भी अगर मनीष सिसोदिया जी ये बात कह रहे हैं, तो ये तो अपने आप में जो है यही दर्शाता है कि इन लोगों को किसी तरह से न किसी कानून की परवाह है, न किसी तरह से इनका क्या सीबीआई बिगाड़ लेगा, इनका क्या ईडी बिगाड़ लेगा.
Mr. Verma, you're talking about no regard for the law. My question to you is, has the CBI or any authority established what they need to do is establish a connection with the Deputy Chief Minister? He's not named in the charge sheet, sir. Will we hear from the CBI, you think? After a 9-hour-long investigation, should they tell us what they found? Should they say the case is closed? Should they give some information?
दिल्ली के वो वित्त मंत्री हैं, उप मुख्यमंत्री हैं, उन्होंने ये निर्णय लिया. उन्होंने कम से कम 4 ऐसे कानून थे जिसमें वो रद्दोबदल नहीं कर सकते थे, उनके अधिकार क्षेत्र की वो बात नहीं थी. और ये सारी चीजें प्रूफ जो है कोर्ट के अंदर जो है चार्जशीट में ईडी कर चुकी है. आज 8 गिरफ्तारी जो है हवा में नहीं हुई है, इनके एक पदाधिकारी भी गिरफ्तार. तो सवाल यह है, मैं वही कह रहा हूं, अब सवाल यह है कि उस पूछताछ का कुछ सब्सटेंशियल कुछ प्रूफ तो ऐसे आए होंगे ना जिसको एक बार क्रॉस करना. और सवाल यह है कि आपके यहाँ आम आदमी पार्टी में तो किसी प्रकार से सजाए याफ्ता विधायक हैं, उसके बावजूद भी उनकी विधायकी बरकरार है. उनका मंत्री जेल में है, फिर भी उनको मंत्री पद से नहीं हटाया गया, जबकि 72 आवर्स में कोई भी एक पब्लिक सर्वेंट अगर जुडिशियल कस्टडी में है
Okay, let's bring in Akshay Marathe. Akshay Marathe, Mahesh Verma
इस तरह की चीज, इस तरह की सोच और इस तरह की समझ लेके ये तो अपने आप को शहीद आजम से शराब को सबाब बताने वाले लोग दिल्ली में, ये तो अपने आप को शहीद आजम भगत सिंह से तुलना कर रहे हैं. क्या मतलब बनता है ऐसी चीजों का?
So these are allegations that you and the AAP keep making against each other. The Aam Aadmi, the public actually can only go by what these authorities, the central agencies say. So the agency has to show the proof. The agency has to show the connection. But Akshay Marathe, the BJP says there will be a connection. There will be there, and the agency is looking into that. Hold on, Mr. Verma, hold on. But what the BJP says, Akshay Marathe, is that if these are allegations, how come Mr. Kejriwal doesn't go in for a defamation case, or why doesn't he go in for a narco test? They're asking, basically, the one question they're asking is that if there was nothing wrong, why did you go back or pull back the policy?
Sarah, first of all, at the outset, let me say that in India, if anybody does good work and puts India on the global map, the BJP cannot digest that. If you remember the last time the CBI raided Mr. Sisodia's house, it was one day after the New York Times published a front page article about the transformational work that Mr. Sisodia has been doing in the government schools of Delhi.
Correct.
The BJP cannot tolerate the fact that the Aam Aadmi Party, Mr. Arvind Kejriwal and his government have been doing phenomenal work in Delhi, and that's why we keep getting elected over and over and over. And for the last 25 years, the BJP has not been able to win elections in Delhi. They have no stomach to take the fact that the people of Delhi keep on rejecting them, and this is their only response when the people keep democratically throwing them out. This is how the BJP responds in a country today when all institutions have been captured by the Bharatiya Janata Party. Every single investigative agency has become a political arm of the Modi government to harass and target and persecute the political opposition. That is what the BJP is displaying yet again, because now they want to take attention away from the fact that there's a massive financial scam that has hit the country in the form of the Adani Hindenburg scam. They want us to believe that everything else is hunky-dory, but the opposition party is trying to indulge in some kind of corruption. But it is in broad daylight what's happening in the country. Every single citizen of India knows that there is a cabal of corrupt politicians and corporate houses that the BJP has been supporting, and they want to divert attention away from that big issue that's rocking the country right now. That's why they are going after
Sanjay Hegde, the main point here that the AAP is making is that the central agencies are all completely co-opted by the government. Now, in that context, yesterday we had AAP scooping up a huge win in the Supreme Court. It was a major takedown of the Lieutenant Governor. Was it not, when the top court, cancelled his orders on the election of a mayor for the city, which AAP claims was to favour the BJP?
Well, it is obvious that the Lieutenant Governor had not read the Constitution. I happened to be in court at that particular point of time. All that was pointed out was that the constitutional position was very clear on the point that nominated members could not vote. The judges themselves pointed it out. And if it doesn't need every matter to go to the Supreme Court to be litigated right up to the Supreme Court.
Shameful.
At the end of the day, the people of Delhi voted. Now, to overturn their verdict, if you bring in nominated members and try to snatch some kind of victory out of defeat, that is essentially undemocratic. This need not have gone to the Supreme Court. And well, the AAP is entitled to say what it wants to say. But I am, as a citizen, anguished at the kind of lack of respect for constitutional provisions that constitutional functionaries themselves exhibit.
A lack of respect, Mr. Deshratan Nigam, a blatant lack of respect for constitutional provisions. You have in LG, you have the people of Delhi living without a working government, in a sense, a democracy suspended for 2.5 months. Then you finally go all the way to the Supreme Court. You're a lawyer, you know how overburdened the judges are. And in the end, the court has to point out the obvious. Something that he says, the court said that, the LG should have read the Constitution for.
Sarah, in fact, the two issues that we have today, I thought it was the liquor policy that we were discussing.
Actually, it is the liquor policy we're discussing, but they're both connected, Mr. Nigam, because the investigation into the liquor policy was initiated by the LG, and Aam Aadmi Party says that the LG himself, his position is compromised. That's how they're all interconnected.
Let me, Sarah, point out that the investigation into the liquor scam started on account of the Chief Secretary's report, which was given to the Lieutenant Governor. And then Lieutenant Governor said yes, it was not initiated by the Lieutenant Governor. Chief Secretary is the closest man to the Chief Minister of a state. And if he says something, it has to be taken seriously. One, so that point doesn't arise at all. Now, secondly, so far as the mayoral election is concerned, LG had a view and it has been rejected, and it has and he has today accepted the recommendation of the Chief Minister.
But who will bring back that time for the public, sir? Mr. Nigam, the LG had a view, it was rejected by the Supreme Court. It all sounds so blasé, but we're the public. We've been in a sense, democracy.
Let me answer that.
There's a party that won the election. For 2.5 months, this has been going on, and the public has to pay the price.
Let me answer that.
The LG should know what the Constitution is, and lawyers like you should be advising him.
See, the fact remains that I'm sure the lawyers must have advised, and there must have been an opinion on it, and on the basis of that, a decision was taken. Yes, that decision has not been upheld. It happens in our court, and the court took its time to pass a decision because immediately the parties Aam Aadmi Party had gone to the court. And it was pending, and the hearing was given, and the decision has come. And I believe everybody respects. Now, let me come to the liquor policy. Now, so far as the liquor policy is concerned, the only policy where the sales were going up and the revenues were going down. And now it has been scrapped. If it was so good as the BJP is saying, then why was it scrapped? And some new arrests have been made. It's an ongoing process, an ongoing investigation where Manish Sisodia and some others were being investigated, including certain people from the Bharat Rashtriya Samiti and the daughter of the chief minister of that state. And her auditor was arrested, and the new information has come out. And the further investigation is with regard to money trail and the conspiracy in formulation and implementation. So his name would not be there in the charge sheet. And let me also tell you, earlier the press conferences were being done by agencies, including the police, but the Supreme Court, in a judgment, prohibited any investigating agencies, including, remember that Bhima Koregaon case in which the Supreme Court passed that judgment, that you will not do any press conference on the pending investigations. Therefore, they are not coming forward and telling you what is there, and they should also not, because it will compromise the investigation. If you tell that these are the evidences that are available, that will compromise the investigation. And tomorrow when the charge sheet comes, everything will come.
Okay, tomorrow when the charge sheet comes, everything will come. Akshay Marathe, please respond. This is an ongoing investigation. These things take time. There have been more arrests. Those who have been arrested would have been interrogated. They would have provided some information, and based on that, the CBI is now acting. What happens? What is AAP going to do tomorrow as Mr. Sisodia goes in for this, questioning? And what if Mr. Sisodia is arrested tomorrow?
So let me answer both questions. I think the first one was about the MCD elections and the mayor election that the LG was trying to scuttle. And I think if I had been slapped in the Supreme Court in the way that the BJP and Lieutenant Governor V.K. Saxena were slapped by the Chief Justice of India's court in last 2 days ago, I would have spent at least a few days in hiding to save face from the shame that will befall someone who's in a constitutional position and has been reprimanded in such strong language for failing to do his duty and for violating the Constitution of India. Instead, you have BJP spokespersons like Deshratan Nigam and Mahesh Verma coming on television and lecturing the Aam Aadmi Party on what is legal and what is constitutional. That is the shame that India is having to go through today. You look at what the Supreme Court said 2 days ago. Let me just explain what happened in the Supreme Court.
I'm just giving you a heads up.
The BJP was trying to manipulate the elected mandate of the people of Delhi.
I'm going to be out of time. So just respond on this, Manish Sisodia.
They wanted their nominated councillors to vote in the mayoral election to overturn the mandate of the people of Delhi. And the Supreme Court has given them a befitting response.
Let's hope this election goes ahead now on Wednesday, as it should. But quickly, please, 30 seconds, respond. What if Mr. Sisodia is arrested tomorrow based on a new charge sheet? As Mr. Nigam says, the charge sheet will eventually come out based on, the new arrests and the questioning of those people arrested.
Sarah, the freedom fighters of India, whether it's Bhagat Singh or Jawaharlal Nehru, were all arrested by the British when they were fighting for India's freedom. The Modi government is nothing but a colonizer of India. So we are ready to go to jail. Even I am ready to go to jail. Every single worker of Aam Aadmi Party is prepared to face jail time when the fight is against the Modi government.
We are completely out of time on LRC, but this is going to be a big story tomorrow. We hope to have you all back and continue to discuss all the other angles. But of course, political games being played between political parties, and it's the public, the people of Delhi, of the National Capital Region, who are paying the price. Thank you all for joining us on Left, Right and Centre.